After the coup in Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traore had a plan to regain control of the country's gold mines. This involved removing all foreign companies that were involved in mining and exporting gold from Burkina Faso. This decision affected various companies, including a Russian mining giant called Nordgold. It is worth noting that despite the tensions with France, Ibrahim Traore treated all foreign companies equally, without showing favoritism towards any particular company. This meant that while Western companies were being kicked out, the same consequences applied to the Russian company. The cancellation of Nordgold's gold mining licenses came as a surprise, considering the growing ties between Burkina Faso and Russia, including nuclear deals and military cooperation. It raises the question of what could have made Captain Ibrahim Traore so angry that he decided to revoke the license of a country he had called a strategic ally, thereby creating a difficult situation between Burkina Faso and Russia. Since Captain Ibrahim Traore assumed office, he made significant changes to Burkina Faso's mining regulations. These changes aimed to increase royalty rates during prosperous periods. In response to a decline in gold production, the country raised the minimum royalty rate for gold prices above $1,500 per ounce from 5% to 6%. Subsequently, the rates were further raised to 6.5% for prices ranging from $1,700 to $2,000 and 7% for prices exceeding $2,000. Gold production in Burkina Faso, one of the primary producers in Africa, experienced a significant drop of 133% to 58.2 tons in 2022. This decline led to the closure of at least 5 mines due to security concerns arising from the 2 coups that took place. Please note that the information provided is based on the given script and may not reflect the most recent developments in Burkina Faso. Despite having stability clauses that govern the state's stake in mining operations, there were no corresponding provisions for royalties in Burkina Faso. This lack of royalty regulations impacted both existing and potential contracts. However, accusations of favoritism were made against Burkina Faso, alleging bias towards Nordgold, a Russian mining company. The government of Burkina Faso refuted these claims, emphasizing that the gold mining permit awarded to Nordgold in December was not granted solely because it is a Russian company, despite Nordgold being under US sanctions. A statement made by Ghana's president, Nana Akufo-Addo, asserting that Burkina Faso engaged mercenaries from Russia's Wagner Group, sparked controversy. Burkina Faso denied any compensation to Russian mercenaries through mining activities, but did not confirm or deny any agreement with Wagner. It is important to note that the conflict in Burkina Faso's northern region had a negative impact on gold production, leading to mine closures and reduced productivity. For example, the UK-based company Inda Mining's Banu mine experienced a 35% decline in gold output during the first 3 quarters of 2022 compared to the same period in 2021. This decline was partly due to delays in obtaining necessary security escorts. Despite facing numerous challenges, Burkina Faso aimed to increase gold production and improve security control. Plans included the construction of a gold refinery to enhance the value derived from mineral resources, attracting potential investors. However, during that time, Nordgold, the Russian gold mining company, had to close its Taka mine in Burkina Faso due to escalating security concerns. The company reported daily threats against its operations and staff, making it extremely difficult to access the mining site located near the border area of Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, which posed significant risks to personal safety. Alexander Hagan, the Director General of Nordgold subsidiary, announced that the company has been forced to halt mining operations due to compelling reasons related to security. As a result, the staff has been instructed to follow evacuation plans, although specific details regarding the evacuation procedures and the status of employee contracts were not disclosed. The Top Aka mine, situated in Namanga province, about 200 kilometers northeast of Ugo, had produced 53,500 ounces of gold in the first 9 months of 2021. However, in recent months, the mine has faced multiple attacks by militants. It is important to note that Nordgold holds a 90% stake in the Tako mine, with the remaining interest owned by the Burkina Faso government. The closure of the mine coincided with Nordgold's exploration permit for a new gold mine at the Uga site in Burkina Faso, granted by the military-led government. This permit allows for an estimated production of 2.5 tons of gold over 4 years, contributing to the government budget and the local mining development fund. It is worth mentioning that Nordgold has been significant for Burkina Faso. The Russian gold mining company established its initial 2 mines, Bissa and Buli, in 2013 and 2016 respectively. This comes in the context of pro-Russia protests in Burkina Faso since a military coup took place on September 30th. Despite the recent developments, Nordgold's presence has played an important role in the country's mining sector. Nordgold has a successful track record of launching mines, demonstrating their ability to identify high-quality projects, efficiently execute construction, and initiate mining operations with minimal ramp-up periods. One notable example is the Bissa mine, which marked Nordgold's first venture into mining in Africa in January 2013. The construction of the mine was completed within the specified 15-month timeframe, staying within budget. It achieved an impressive payback period of 21 months from commissioning in September 2016. In 2016, Nordgold expanded the Bissa mine by constructing a heap leach facility at the nearby Buli deposit. This decision was based on successful exploration programs that revealed a significant low-grade gold deposit near the existing Bissa operation. The construction of Buli was completed on schedule, taking 13 months and staying within budget. It had a payback period of 33 months from commissioning. Buli operates under the same management team as Bissa, sharing infrastructure and facilities such as camps, mess facilities, laboratories, and power generation, maintaining a 90% interest in both the Bissa and Buli mines. With the remaining 10% owned by the government of Burkina Faso, Nordgold sustains over 1,300 jobs through the combined Bissa-Buli operation. The mines function as modern open-pit operations, selectively mining ore categorized into laterite, saprolite, transition, and fresh materials. The processing plant utilizes a conventional carbon and leach circuit to produce gold on-site. Nordgold has made significant investments in Burkina Faso, totaling $1.3 billion since 2009. This sets them apart from Western gold mining companies that often invest minimal amounts in the region. Nordgold's commitment to the country includes implementing cutting-edge solutions throughout the production value chain, such as the WCO Fleet Management System, LS Fuel Management System, and Laboratory Information Management System. These investments tap into local geological expertise and benefit from a well-trained workforce, while also achieving economies of scale through infrastructure sharing. Taxes and royalties paid by Nordgold to Burkina Faso amount to approximately $560 million, making it one of the most profitable mining operations for the country. Notably, 95% of the employees at Nordgold are nationals of Burkina Faso. The government of Burkina Faso holds a 10% stake in both mines. However, recent reports have surfaced, revealing that the citizens of Burkina Faso, who already struggle with poverty, have been denied an estimated $16.5 million in gold mining royalties. This substantial sum, crucial for supporting essential public services, was forfeited due to a special low-tax agreement made by the former dictator with Nordgold. This amount significantly exceeds the $11 million allocated by the country for nationwide school supplies this year. The beneficiary of this favorable tax deal is Nordgold, owned by one of Russia's wealthiest individuals, Alexei Mordashov, with an estimated fortune of $19 billion. Burkina Faso, designated as a least developed country by the World Bank, faces challenges such as a life expectancy of 60 years among its population of 19 million and a modest literacy rate of 36%. Presently, Burkina Faso stands as Africa's fourth largest gold producer, with 75% of its total exports consisting of this precious metal. This surge in gold production began in 2002, when gold prices experienced a significant increase. Concerns about the government's insufficient benefit from the commodity led to an increase in royalty rates on gold in 2010. Under the rule of the then government of Blaise Compaoré, a brutal dictator, a new floating royalty mechanism tied to the world gold price was introduced. If the gold price was below $1,000 per ounce, the existing 3% royalty would be maintained. However, if prices exceeded $1,100 per ounce, the rate would rise to 4%, reaching 5% above $1,300. It is worth noting that Nordgold's Tako mine was exempt from these new royalty rates due to a contentious agreement made 15 years prior with the mine's previous owner. Since 2011, the Tako mine has yielded gold worth over $1 billion. A contract from 1995 revealed that the previous owner, Canada's High River Gold, secured a deal with Blaise Compaoré's regime, fixing the royalty rate at 3% for the entire mine life. Calculations based on Burkina Faso's Minister of Mines gold production data indicate that Nordgold saved $16.5 million due to this low tax guarantee, known as a fiscal stability clause. These deals, introduced to attract foreign companies concerned about uncertain fiscal and political environments, have become controversial as they override any future changes to a country's legislation. Surprisingly, the Burkina Faso government seemed to have forgotten about this clause in 2011, when they attempted to charge Tako higher royalties. Nordgold's complaint led to the confirmation of the continuity of the tax regime. Nordgold's own disclosures and annual reports confirmed a consistent 3% royalty rate, resulting in a $16.5 million saving despite gold prices exceeding $1,100 per ounce. It seems that the license cancellation could be attributed to the expiration of the license issued years ago. The previous license had terms that kept taxes low, and Captain Ibrahim Traore chose to cancel it instead of renewing it. If the license had been renewed, the tax percentage would have remained the same, but Captain Ibrahim Traore wanted to renegotiate the terms. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos on Black culture, history, civilization, and identity. Now let's continue. Nordgold claims to have made significant contributions to Burkina Faso's economy, having paid over $320 million to the government since 2009. However, critics like Oxfam International highlight the issues with fiscal stability clauses. These clauses often protect mining companies more than the state, making it challenging for the state to receive its fair share of revenues for sustainable development. The change in leadership in 2011 opened the possibility for Burkina Faso's new regime to negotiate or cancel the contract. However, such actions could lead to expensive international arbitration. Nordgold's expected increase in gold production from the Tako mine may result in even greater royalty savings. Tako is just one of Nordgold's mines in Burkina Faso. Its largest operations are at Bissa and Bully, generating triple the revenues of Tako in 2017. Importantly, these mines do not benefit from fiscal stability clauses. Fiscal stability clauses, which aim to secure low tax and royalty rates for companies, have become controversial, as they limit a state's ability to align fiscal policies with evolving economic priorities. This issue extends beyond the Tako mine and highlights the challenges faced by governments dealing with multinational companies in the extractive sector. In 2019, Nordgold significantly increased its capital expenditures for the development of its 3 mines in Burkina Faso, surpassing the $145 million mark compared to $62 million in 2017. This underscores Nordgold's position as one of the leading gold producers in the country, making a substantial economic contribution to both the nation and local communities. Nikolai Zelinsky, CEO of Nordgold, emphasized the company's dedication to Burkina Faso, stating, "Since 2009, we have invested over $1 billion into Burkina Faso." The successful launch of the Bully mine in 2016 solidified Nordgold's position as the second-largest gold producer in the country, with an annual production exceeding 360,000 ounces. Until the license cancellation, the Russian firm also faced security challenges in Burkina Faso, along with Western sanctions affecting its gold exports and strained relations with the government. In response, the company has identified a buyer for its Parco mine and is actively seeking potential candidates for its Bissa and Yimo sites. It's important to note that Nordgold operates as a gold mining company with assets in Russia, Kazakhstan, Burkina Faso, and Canada. In its historical context, Nordgold originated as a subsidiary of a Russian steel company owned by Alexei Mordashov. In the early stages of 2007, it acquired mines in Kazakhstan and Russia, and by August 2008, the company gained control over additional mines in Kazakhstan, Russia, and Burkina Faso. From late 2010 to early 2011, Nordgold gained control of the Li mine in Jia. The company separated from Severstal in 2012 and became publicly listed on the London Stock Exchange. The Bissa mine in Burkina Faso started operating in January 2013, with further expansion in September 2016 at the nearby Bully deposit. In September 2018, Nordgold inaugurated the Gros mine in Russia. On February 9, 2017, Nordgold announced its intention to delist its global depository receipts from the London Stock Exchange. In June 2021, the company revealed plans to go public again with a dual listing in London and Moscow, aiming for a market capitalization of $5 billion. Alexei Mordashov holds a significant 99.08% stake in Nordgold, making him the primary shareholder of the company. However, due to the Russian invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, Alexei Mordashov faced sanctions imposed by the US. Consequently, he transferred control over 1.1 billion stakes to his wife, Marina Alexandrovna Mordashova, in June 2022. Nordgold itself was also subjected to sanctions. Alexei Mordashov, born on September 26, 1965, is a Russian billionaire businessman who serves as the main shareholder and chairman of several of Russia's largest steel and mining companies. As of March 2022, his net worth was estimated at $21.2 billion, making him the second richest person in Russia, according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. In the Forbes 2021 ranking, accounting for the entire Mordashov family's assets, he claimed the top spot among Russian billionaires, with $29.1 billion in wealth. However, in the Forbes 2023 ranking, the Mordashov family dropped to 5th place. The Mordashov family's name emerged in the Panama Papers and FinCEN Files leaks. A company associated with Mordashov's family financed several of Vladimir Putin's projects and made substantial contributions to close Putin associates. As a consequence of Russia's 2022 invasion of Ukraine, Mordashov's company became subject to sanctions. The EU considers Russia Bank, in which Mordashov holds a financial stake, as the personal bank of senior officials benefiting from the annexation of Crimea. Cancelling the license does not strain Burkina Faso's relations with Russia. Such license cancellations are common, and Burkina Faso and Russia are actually considering collaboration on various fronts. Their ambitions are not affected by this common event. The reason the Nordgold license was cancelled is because Burkina Faso wants to renegotiate the agreement's terms, and Captain Ibrahim Traore is in close contact with Vladimir Putin. The license was cancelled because Burkina Faso wanted to offer a new one with more favorable terms that could potentially provide Burkina Faso with a substantial stake. This decision showcases Burkina Faso's increased autonomy and a fair approach to doing business, even when dealing with allies. It's important to note that Russia's relations with Burkina Faso have never been deeper and closer than they are now. Some supporters of the military coup in Burkina Faso were seen celebrating with Russian flags, expressing a desire to shift their allegiance from France to Moscow. Demonstrators stated that they no longer wanted France's assistance and sought the defense and support of Russia. They felt that France had not been successful in their efforts. France has been providing military aid to Burkina Faso in its conflict with armed groups affiliated with Islamic State and Al-Qaeda for the past 6 years. Colonel Assimi Goïta, the leader of neighboring Mali, welcomed mercenaries from the Russian private security company Wagner, which has close ties to the Kremlin. These mercenaries took control of a military base in Timbuktu that had been previously abandoned by French troops. During the demonstrations in Burkina Faso, participants displayed pictures of Goïta and marched in solidarity with Mali. This shift toward Russia and anti-French sentiment has been growing in recent months. Mali's utilization of Russian involvement is seen as a bargaining chip after the West African bloc, ECOWAS, imposed sanctions on Mali for its failure to hold democratic elections within the next 5 years. Activist Francois Bogo, who attended the demonstration, emphasized that the French should allow Burkina Faso to manage its own affairs. He added that without French involvement, soldiers could focus on organizing and liberating the people. Meanwhile, the Russian organization that trains troops in the Central African Republic has offered military support to Burkina Faso. The decision of Burkina Faso's new leader regarding this offer is yet to be seen. Over the past year, Burkina Faso has been led by a military junta aiming to expand its global alliances, particularly leaning towards closer ties with Russia. As a result, the government of Burkina Faso recently signed a memorandum of understanding with Russia for the construction of a nuclear power plant. The goal of this nuclear facility is to meet the energy requirements of the population. This agreement was formalized during the Russian Energy Week in Moscow, attended by Burkina Faso's Energy Minister Simon Pierre Boussim. It aligns with the expressed desire of Burkina Faso's president, Captain Ibrahim Traore, as conveyed during a meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin at the Russia-Africa Summit in July. The memorandum, the first of its kind between Russia and Burkina Faso, paves the way for collaboration in utilizing nuclear energy across various sectors such as industry, agriculture, and medicine. Burkina Faso faces significant challenges in electricity access, with just under 23% of its population having access to electricity as of the end of 2020, according to the African Development Bank. Going nuclear can help Burkina Faso meet its energy demands efficiently. With only 1 in 5 citizens having access to electricity, the country ranks among the least electrified globally and faces high electricity costs. The nuclear plant aims to support Burkina Faso's government goal of achieving 95% electricity access for urban areas and 50% for rural areas by 2030. Additionally, the project is expected to strengthen ties between Moscow and Ouagadougou. For Moscow, establishing alliances in Africa is crucial for garnering support in its war in Ukraine, especially with France's military withdrawal from all 3 Sahel nations, where anti-colonial sentiment is rising. It is important to note that nuclear cooperation does not imply Burkina Faso obtaining nuclear weapons. However, cancelling the gold mining license of Nordgold aligns with Ibrahim Traore and Putin's ambitions for deeper collaboration that benefits both countries. In a separate development, Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu engaged in discussions about military cooperation with Burkina Faso's Defense Minister Colonel Kassoum Koulibaly during a meeting in Moscow. This growing positive momentum in relations emphasizes mutual respect and consideration of each other's interests. While Russia has become a crucial strategic ally for Burkina Faso, Traore rejected the notion of Russian mercenaries supporting Burkinabe forces in their conflict against armed groups associated with Al-Qaeda and ISIS. The decision made by Captain Ibrahim Traore to cancel the license and pursue new collaborations can be seen as a powerful approach in treating every ally equally. It is open for discussion whether Traore made the right decision or if issuing a new license to the Russian company would have been a better option. Your thoughts on this new approach by Captain Ibrahim Traore, which aims to provide equal treatment to all allies, would be appreciated.